A definite area or a space where some thermodynamic process takes place is known as a thermodynamic system. 2. A closed system is one in which heat and work causes the boundary of the system, but the mass of the working substance doesn't cross the boundary of the system. Answer will be yes. Third, an open system is one in which answer will be both the heat and work as well as mass of the working substance cross the boundary. Fourth, in an isolated system, neither the heat and work nor the mass of the working substance crosses the boundary of the system. Answer will be true. 5. In an extensive property of a thermodynamic system, answer will be none of these. Sixth, the thermodynamic property of a system is said to be an intensive property whose value for the entire system dash the sum of their value for the individual parts of the system. The answer will be is not equal to the sum of their value for the individual parts of the system. Seventh, the property of the system whose value for the entire system is equal to the sum of their values for the individual parts of the system is called extensive property. Answer will be yes. Eighth, which of the following is extensive property for thermodynamic system? Answer will be uh, volume. Ninth, which of the following is an intensive property of thermodynamic system? Answer will be temperature. 10. The specific volume of a system is an dash property. It is intensive property. 11th, the absolute zero temperature is taken minus 273 degrees Celsius. Okay, or you can say 273 K. 12th, which of the following is correct? That is, it is very important question. That is, absolute pressure is equals to gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. Okay. Next, 13. The standard value of atmospheric pressure is taken at the sea level is all of this. 1 point, you can say 1.013 bar, you can say 760 millimeter of Hg, or you can say 76 centimeter of Hg, you can say 1013 into 10 to the 10 square Newton per meter square. Okay, next is the value of 1 bar in SI unit is equals to 1 bar is equals to 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. Next, the value of 1 millimeter of Hg is equals to 133.3 Newton per meter square. The reading of the pressure gauge fitted on a vessel it's a numerical question. The conditions of temperature and pressure at 0 degrees Celsius or 273 K and 760 millimeter of Hg pressure are termed dash temperature and pressure. It is normal temperature and pressure. The unit of energy in SI unit is joule. The unit of power in SI unit is kilowatt. That is true. 1 kilowatt is equals to 1000 Newton meter per second. 21. 1 joule is equals to 1 Newton meter. 22. The specific heat of water is 4.187. It's very important question. The specific heat of water is 4.187. The numerical value of the thermal capacity and the water equivalent of the substance and the same. Agree. 24. The heat and mechanical energies are mutually convertible. This statement was established by uh, Joule, Joule's law, or you can say its second law of thermodynamics. Okay. Next is 25. Which of the following statement is correct? The heat and work are boundary phenomena. The heat and work represents the energy crossing the boundary of the system, and the heat and work are path functions, and all of the above. See, the heat and work are boundary phenomena. It is correct. The heat and work represent the energy crossing the boundary of the system. it's also correct. The heat and work are path function, it's also correct. So answer will be all of the above. Okay, next, when two bodies are in the thermal equilibrium with a third body, they are also in thermal equilibrium which with each other. This statement is called zeroth law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics deals with conservation of energy. Next, according to the first law of thermodynamics, total energy of a system remains constant. Conservation of energy. Okay. Next is 29. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be transformed one form to another. This statement is first law of thermodynamics. Kelvin Planck's law deals with conservation of heat into work. Okay, it deals with heat and work. Kelvin Planck's law, second law of thermodynamics. Next, 31. The heat and work are mutually convertible. This statement is called dash law of the thermodynamics. It's first law of thermodynamics. 32. The measurement of the thermodynamic property known as temperature is based on zeroth law of thermodynamics. Next, a machine which violates the first law of thermodynamics is known as perpetual motion machine of the second kind. It's incorrect. It's inversely it will be correct. Okay, a perpetual motion machine of the first kind is just according to the first law of thermodynamics. It's impossible according to first law thermodynamics. 35. According to Kelvin Planck's statement, a perpetual motion machine of the dash is impossible. It's second kind. 36. Of the following statement is correct according to Clausius' statement of the second law of thermodynamics. That will be answer is it is impossible to transfer heat from a body at a lower temperature to a body at a higher temperature without the aid of an external source. Okay, that's enough for today. More in next video. Please subscribe my channel to get more videos like this.